Hi, everyone. My name's Frank Tritini, and I'm coming to you from my home office. I'm doing a interview here with Matt Faircloth for the Legacy magazine. We are delivering success stories from men in the region, and rather than writing an article, I decided to do an interview and record it and see how that comes out for the magazine, doing something a little bit different. So I have with me Matt Faircloth. He is the founder and general manager of the DeRosa Group, which is a real estate investment and property management company. He's also a man in Mid Atlantic Division division of DCT, and the team that he's on is the Spartan Brotherhood. So Matt is a former DC division coordinator of DCT, and he's a current lead gel for the Legacy Discovery, and he's held several captain's positions and other leadership positions in the region. And Matt's had a couple of recent wins, both in business and in his personal life, and we have him here to share that with us. How you doing, Matt?
Oh, I'm great, Frank. It's an honor to be here. Thank you.
Right. So tell us, you sent an email out a few weeks ago to some men that you're close to, and I was lucky enough to be on that list. And you had a major win in business. Tell us about it.
Well, so my company owns and manages real estate, and we also fix and resell houses, like fix and flips, like they do on the TV, right? So I do that, and we also own some real estate. We also, own a real estate portfolio. So we bought one building, and it pretty much added 50% size to our portfolio out in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. It's this great converted factory building, and it was a huge win for us. The purchase price was far and away the largest transaction we've ever done, and just it really, I feel like, put our company on the next level. And I think that through the encouragement of the men at MDI and through men helping me weed out some of the things that weren't working in my company and created this lean, mean business for us, allowed us to go and take down this purchase and gave me the confidence as well to stretch, a big stretch, to stretch myself a bit and to take on this 49-unit apartment complex, which I'm really excited about. So
now you said, so that 49-unit is now 50% of your portfolio.
No, we had 106 before, 106, 107, somewhere in there. So adding 49 takes us to 160. So it was roughly we added 50% of what our portfolio was before we bought it. So
got it. Okay.
Yeah, but just the possibility of stretching from here to here that quickly was something that I had to get my head around, and I leaned on MDI quite a bit to get there.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing that one of the reasons why I thought of you to feature in this video was because of that win and another major win that you've had in your personal life. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah. My wife and I, we have a 2-year-old, soon to be 3 in November, who's just fantastic. His name's Zachary. And we have been kicking around. I'm older. I'm turning 41 next month. And so I was like, do we really want to have another kid? I don't know. We decided, fuck it, we're going to do it. We're going to have another baby. And so that's what we're going to do. So we started trying to get pregnant 7 months ago, and it took a while. And finally we made it happen. And so my wife's pregnant, due in March, and we're excited to have our new baby, our new addition, come into our family in March of this year. And again, through confidentiality with MDI, I was able to get through some of the things that my wife and I were dealing with to get us there. And so that's a huge celebration that I've pretty much only shared with my men's team, with a few people, including yourself, that are in my inner circle. But she's just finishing up her first trimester, so we're prepared to blast it out. And I'm honored and glad to tell the men of MDI too. So
yeah, well, this hopefully this magazine is going out, globally. So October 1st, there'll be no more secrets. So that's great. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
So how, you've been involved in MDI for how long now?
Geez, probably you kind of lose count when you've been at MDI for as long as I have. It's somewhere around 9.5 years that I've been involved in the organization, bordering on 10 years. I probably will roll 10 years next year, early next year.
Got it. And how has, you said it a little bit, but how is your involvement in MDI through leadership and through your involvement on a weekly men's team or bi-weekly men's team, however, it's a little bit, contributed to you, having these successes in your life?
It goes all the way back to the very beginning when I first joined MDI. I didn't have much confidence in myself. I didn't view myself as a leader, and being a team captain was one of the first leadership roles I took on. I got a ton of support from my men and reflection, and I grew from there and eventually became a division coordinator. And my business at that point wasn't even able to feed my family. I wasn't able to support. We were living on my wife's income and didn't have enough means to support a family, to grow a family and have a family. We didn't know if having kids was even a possibility because of where our business was. Being the division coordinator caused me even more personal development and self-reflection, and having to look myself in the mirror and see who I was being to create what I wanted. And through that 2-year time as DC, I was able to build my business from here to here enough to where I could support us to have a baby. And we had our first one. We had Zachary right after I completed his DC. So I think that MDI has given me a ton of belief and reflection in myself, and constantly caused me to weed my garden, so that like the nice fruits and good vegetables grow up, to pull the weeds out. And the weeds constantly show up. I don't think that any man has ever becomes the guru hippie on the hill that there's never weeds in his garden. He's got to constantly pull them out, because this is who we are as men. There's just things that show up, that need to constantly get pruned and addressed and looked at. And so just recently, what's caused me allowed me to buy this apartment building was I had a bad business partnership, and I have some men on my team that are in business for themselves also, and they caused me to reflect on that, and they gave me the courage and the cojones to go and face my business partner dead on, and we ended up dissolving the partnership. And that was through a lot of coaching and accountability and reflection from MDI on how I was showing up around it. And because I dissolved that business partnership, it allowed me to get lean enough to see what really was working in my business and take things to the next level. So I attribute a lot of it to MDI, a lot of what I've done, and just by constantly pulling out what doesn't work and forcing me to look at it. Because I think a lot of men that don't have MDI in their life let what doesn't work just be there, instead of having the balls to look at it directly and say, okay, this isn't working, I'm going to pull this out.
Sure thing.
Yeah.
So we're just wrapping this up. So if someone wants to learn more about your business or get in touch with you, how could they do that?
They can get me on derosagroup.com. That's my company website. If they want to learn more about what we do as a company, it's Derosa, DEROSA group.com. They can fire me an email, through MDI, mfaircloth@derosagroup.com. We could probably put that in the notes for this, but I'm always available for my men, or if anybody wants to just talk shop, anybody out there that's in real estate wants to, use me as for mentoring or for bouncing ideas off or any of that kind of thing. I'm always open. I love talking about what I do, and I love talking about what other people do if they're in the same, if I can add value. So.
Gotcha. And I just saw another email that kind of, spurred this. Your team, the Spartan Brotherhood, is up to something pretty big and promoting something. And there's probably going to be an article also in the Legacy about it. The breast cancer walk. Can you tell us a little bit?
Yeah. If it'd be great if I could, if you could put the link to our team page in this as well, so men can hop on to support us if they want to make a donation, because we're doing a walk in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. So nice little walk on the boardwalk in October for those of you that are local that want to trek down and walk with us on the boardwalk. It's our mission to be in the top echelon of fundraisers to support breast cancer. Pretty much, if you look in your network, everybody knows someone who's been infected by breast cancer. I do. People have lost great women in their lives due to breast cancer. I mean, it's one of the top, unfortunately, takers of lives of women, and it just affects many, many women in our lives. And so we as men want to take a stand, raise awareness, and push back against this condition that can be addressed and healed if there's enough awareness and early enough detection of it. So we're on a mission. We're raising awareness. We're raising money to walk for breast cancer on October the 16th in Point Pleasant Beach. And so men can hop in and support us. And I think that it's one of those things. I was talking to you before we started recording that MDI has given me the space to be a part of things like that, because I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't be involved in not-for-profits, or wouldn't be giving back, wouldn't be doing walks or doing dollar drives and whatnot if it wasn't for MDI. Because MDI causes me, my men cause me to put passions like that, give back passions on my plate, and it gives me the network of men to reel in around me, to get behind me and either walk alongside me or figuratively get behind what we're doing in that. So I attribute it to my man Chris Estevez and Andrew Harris, both of those that put this as one of their passions on my plate, and I very quickly jumped in behind it too. So.
Well, great. Thanks for doing that. And I plan on being down there October
16th.
October 16th. It's a Sunday. It's be a beautiful time of the year to be down there walking the boardwalk in Point Pleasant with hopefully thousands of other people raising thousands of dollars for a great cause. So, Matt, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to make this recording and this interview. And we hope a lot of men get some value from it.
It's been an honor, Frank. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Success and good luck with your new baby.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye, folks.